I think life is this journey where you're looking and figuring out slowly and asking all these questions, and it's just becoming, right? I'm only 21 years old. I have no clue whatsoever what the future holds. And this is just an honest reflection of how I feel right now, or how I've felt in these last couple bits. I want to be a doctor. Wanted, wanting, not wanting as much. And I've always loved medicine. Always. I guess not necessarily medicine. Medicine tastes disgusting. But the idea that I can help somebody and make their situation better, right? Doctors help people. Simple. I had heart surgery, dog. Doctors help people. Doctors are these incredibly brilliant people who are able to, this is your situation, here's a new reality. Even at the same time, not necessarily doctors, but medicine's not like a grocery store. You don't go into a hospital, you don't go into a clinic and they tell you your reality and you get to pick around and choose. If you walk in and the doctor tells you have cancer, you have cancer until your body fights it. They help you solve it with the medications and surgeries and technology and whatnot. But that is your reality. Yeah. It doesn't really sound like what I want, in all honesty. It's something, it's not hard to swallow. It's just the honest truth. It's not that hard to swallow. It's not really what I want at the moment. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm not pulling a Jonah. The concept of Jonah is, in the Bible, he's told to go to Nineveh, which they were doing something, and he's told to go to Nineveh and speak about God to them and whatnot and ask them to repent or whatever. And he doesn't really want to go. Then he goes on this boat instead to somewhere else. It's storming. He's like, guys, I know it's my fault. Just throw me over and everything's going to be okay. God saves him by having a big fish swallow him. Crazy. Then the big fish spits him out or whatever, and he's in Nineveh. I actually haven't read Jonah in a while. I'll read it again soon. But yeah, my biggest passion, my biggest desire is just to talk to people. I don't want to settle for less. I know there's unicorn jobs out there. I know there's people on the internet who make buku money just yapping about whatever they're yapping about. I don't really know. Instagram is good and bad, but that's another subject. But yeah, doctors help people. I want to help people, but I've learned that conversations is what helps me the most. The greatest medicine I've probably ever gotten, probably that heart surgery, not gonna lie, but with the conversation that let me not be afraid of having heart surgery. Several conversations that happened on my bed with my dad talking to me while I was crying. Those conversations is what took me through it. Amnesia, makes you fall asleep and whatnot, but amnesia doesn't give you peace. God gave me peace, and God used my dad and God used my parents and my family and my friends, but I was very, very scared. I don't think I'm running away from medicine. Even when I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, there's 3 of us. We all wanted to be doctors since we were little kids, and she was like, Mitchell, find your love for medicine again. And like when I go, and I've worked in a couple clinics. When I go work in these clinics, it's very monotonous. Every so often you see, because I work at like specialty clinics, right? Every so often you see the same patient case, right? This happened. This is this. This happened. This is this. This is this. This is this. That's pretty, for lack of better words, boring. If I talk to you, it would be interesting. Literally the other day, I'm still low-key kind of in shock, but let me see if I find a photo. But, I guess my phone's right here. I literally walked up to random doors, asked this random dude if I can fly his plane, and the dude said yes and took me in the air. I literally posted in the community thingy, if I can find a photo. This just has me in awe. This is just something that's made my 2025, made my 365. Oh, dog. Oh, I don't really know how to edit, nor do I care about editing. But yeah, all I want to do, like, the thing that brings me the greatest joy is the conversations with my friends. The thing that brings me the greatest joy is meeting random strangers. Medicine, I mean, like, maybe there's gonna be joy from, helping out people, right? There's a joy. We had a Bible study where we talked about it is better to be a giver than a receiver. And there is a joy in giving, but there's also a joy in receiving. This is also, like, doesn't make sense, but I'm trying to find love again. I'm trying to figure out what I love. Literally. Like, I was watching a video by about Steve Jobs' speech or whatever, and it was said, I was still in love yet rejected when he got fired from Apple. I can only resonate with that with, like, romance. But I can't resonate that with medicine, because, like, the love is always going to be there, but it's not a love hunger that I need. You know those, like, you ever had something you're like, I just need that in my life, like, no matter what? That's not what I want. If a med school ever sees this, super fried. My name is not Mitchell, it's Bernice Matha. Super fried. If I do end up applying to med school this year, super duper fried. Yeah. My goal this year is to figure out what vehicle allows me to be me. Because I think life is just a journey of becoming. As a doctor, you have this stable, amazing life, but I really don't want that stability, at least at this age. But I'm not that adventurous. I like the idea of things more than I like actually doing them. Right? I like the idea of flowers way more than I like flowers. I think flowers are cool to look at, but what am I finna do with some flowers? Unless I have a garden soon. I plan on making a garden soon and I'll plant my own flowers. I just don't like the idea of store-bought flowers. Anyway, but I like the idea. Receiving flowers is, giving a man flowers is beautiful. Giving me flowers, I could care less. And I don't even know what the future holds. I'm trying to figure out what I love. I know I like yapping to this damn camera. I know I like yapping to random strangers. I know I like listening to people's stories. I know I like eating food. I know I like helping people. I know I like seeing things I've never seen. I know I like experiences. I know I hate pain. I know that I have pasión. And I also think that if you love what you do, it's not work. And great work comes from doing things that you love, right? You're able to put a different type of energy into something. First off, when you're doing it to survive, and also if you're doing it out of love, right? Sun Tzu, he's just going out of turn, but, like, Sun Tzu is this guy who wrote The Art of War. Did he write The Art of War? I don't know if he wrote The Art of War, but Sun Tzu was a military commander, strategist, and in a part of the book he talks about, like, there's a hunger you have when you're facing death. So he loved to put his soldiers behind, like, soldiers right here, there's a river behind them, people are coming at them. If you don't fight back, you're dying. So there's an effort, there's an amplitude that you can give with when you're about to die, but there's actually an amplitude you can give for love. Like, if you ever get the chance, you should listen to Fight for Love by Sault. But yeah, your mom's love, your father's love, the sacrifices they make out of that love, plus, they have to, or you die, is wow. But there's a sacrifice you make out of love. That's the gospel. Whoa, I wasn't even trying to do it. I wasn't even trying to do it. But the sacrifice that God made because he loves us, the sacrifices your parents made because they love you, the sacrifices the people in your lives make because they love you, is so powerful. And you can do it again and again and again because you love the person. And when it comes to a career, when it comes to doing something fulfilling, when it comes to financial, when it comes to enjoyable, like, it's more sustainable if you find something you love. To me, I couldn't be a teacher at this point of my life because teachers don't make enough money. I would love in the far, far future to teach a class, to just meet students and give them not a hard class, especially pre-meds, because I know the suffering of a pre-med. But teachers, nah. A lot of teachers, but actually there's some cool teachers out there, but a lot of teachers are lame, from my opinion. But I know my friends are teachers and they're pretty cool. Yeah. What's another thing I would love to do? I would love in the far future to own a little shop and just make food, or just, pay people to make food for people. That's literally it. I would love to go and visit my friends' countries, visit my friends' homes, them like walk me through like, oh yeah, this is me. I took my friend Macy to the places I grew up in beforehand, and I was just like, that excitement, that energy I can't have that energy for something else. Like, there's something you do out of love, of just like perspective. Like, I love perspective. I love gaining perspective, and there's so much I can do out of that, more than I can do out of freaking biochem. If my college degree taught me anything, is that if I don't like something, it's not gonna get done well amplitude, like well or whatever. Like if you watch the video all the way to the end or whatever, something I struggled with and still kind of struggle with, God is a God of excellence. They'd be like, God is a God of excellence, so I gotta be excellent. Or they'd be like, God is a God of excellence, the people who don't believe in God are doing good. Dog, that's cool. Eggs, clap for yourself. Like, I don't care. I mean, God is a God of excellence, but and we are excellent too, but how does that have anything to do with me not doing well in the class? What does that have? I mean, like, maybe I'm just wrong or whatever. I don't know. If you're not interested in something, like, the Bible says, like, God made the heavens and the earth, right? Actually, I think in Genesis, when it talks about like creation and whatnot, and it make God proud or make God happy or whatever, when you do things out of love, I think I'm just learning I'm on the journey of finding what I love. I'm on the journey of learning what I love. I think that's what we all are. And I know I love talking to, I keep saying I love talking to people. If you watch these videos, the analytics thing he says is from 21 to like 30 something. If you can get me a job where I just talk to people for a living and eat good food, there's gotta be a job like that somewhere. If you're a billionaire, if you're a multi-millionaire, if you're something, we gotta figure out how to make this shake for me, bruh. Because I would be a monster at any task, truly, that involves people and food. Not hospitality, just like literally communicating with people about certain ideas or ideals, and we add food. I'm smashing that. Yeah. What was I even gonna call this video? Oh, man. I'm just looking for love. But I feel like as a YouTube title, that's gonna sound something else. But who knows? Who cares? Now I'm just a schizophrenic talking to myself in a camera. I'm gonna press end. Stay awesome. Stay beautiful. Learn to find something that you love. And if you love what you do, you will make, oh my gosh, you will have a value that something else cannot gain. If you love what you do,